Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. You'll find today a slightly knackered Roland here from Cape Town, because I just arrived about 6 hours ago from Germany after a 24-hour journey. So I thought I'll just give you, because I haven't been producing content for quite some time because I was in said Germany, I thought I'd pop up quickly a video and give you an overview of the latest things which I have bought and of which there will be reviews coming up. Now, to start with, it will be something which is not a model kit, but this. This is a ProScale, a very new paint company which makes paint to order. So they are not only known, and they're a very new company for making paints to order like they have done with this one, which is one of my favorite colors and probably not very well visible because the light is too bright. Anyway, I'll give it a proper review and you will know, so I will read it to you. This is a Ferrari Azzurro California Blue, one of my favorite colors. And they mixed that one especially for me, and thanks very much for that. And they also have a 2K which has been highly appraised. Now, I had all of that sent to Germany because having this sent to South Africa and the UK is a hopeless task. It will never arrive, not with our postal system, and having it via courier is just unaffordable. So I've got 3 sets of that, and obviously I haven't used any of this, so I'll give you a good rundown and a report once I do. Now, in the meantime, for the disclosure, ProScale paints, the owners, guys behind it are Paul Bretland and Simon Shorey, and they are 2 good friends of mine, good modeling friends from the UK, which I have known for years. And they have started this venture, and they already have mixed up over 100 paints, lots of them to order. And so if you need a special type of paint which you can't find anywhere else, and let's face it, there are a few of those around, you're welcome to contact them. It's proscalepaints.co.uk. I will put that link in the description as well, and you can have a look at it yourself if you like it. And as I said, a review of those will be coming up. Now, the next thing I got here is stuff which I won at an auction. We had a beautiful, wonderful auction at International Scale Modelers. This auction was for dementia and Alzheimer people, so people who suffer from those 2 conditions, and everybody gave out and presented for free kits which then could be auctioned off, and the money of that, which I think all in all we made 3,500 British pounds, which we could then present to the Alzheimer and Dementia Association in the United Kingdom. Now, what I got here was the Chevy Nova. Now, you might have seen I had a similar one of those, which was the Cabriolet, or which had obviously no roof. This one is the hardtop. You can see it's a hardtop because it doesn't have a B-pillar. Very, very popular in those days. 1964, splendid here. And it is from the fine folks over at Möbius, and we'll certainly will have a quick look around the box. So that'll give you a bit of an insight what it looks like. I love these Novas. I think they're beautiful, beautiful cars, and I wouldn't think twice if I would have half a chance to get myself one. The other one I got was a 1995 Sonoma SLS GMC. Not really my cup of tea if you look at it, but got it for a good price. I just put a bid in and thought, let's get this going. Nobody else bid in it, so I got it. But I think it's a lovely, lovely kit. I opened it up already. Parts do not look back at all for an Ertl kit of some vintage. So it will be an interesting review, which will be coming up. Then something different from the what is it? The Owners Club collection. Yes, that's what it is. It is a beautiful Dodge Challenger. This car is 73, which is not something you see very often. Everybody is into the earlier end 60s, maybe a 70s Challenger. 73, not very often seen. Now I think it is looks an awesome car. If the kit is awesome, there's always a bit of a hit and miss with those Owners Club kits, but as you know me, I don't care too much about that. I will try to make it work either way. And the other thing I won on that auction was the 135 British truck, which I'm sure is some sort of Leyland. I'm not quite sure. You're welcome in the comments to give me the rundown. Obviously, ICM did not tell us what kind of truck it is because they would have then to pay license fees. I love it. I put money on it because I think it's quirky, it's unusual. Not quite sure if I make it the military version, which we have seen over here, or if I do something else with it. Maybe a beer carrier. I'm always love a good beer carrier. So I think this is a beautiful, beautiful little truck, and knowing that it is ICM, I'm sure it will be quite detailed. Let's have a quick peep, shall we? I promise you, I haven't looked into it at all. Not to be quite honest, I don't even know how to open it. Always interesting. Always interesting. Here, this one. Come on, Leyland, you can do it. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, very detailed. A whole bag full of grey small parts, because it's obviously 135, and a very nice instruction sheet there at the bottom as well. So I'm going to love this. Now, in Germany itself, I didn't buy much because, believe it or not, there's lots of stuff there which I can get in South Africa as well, and lots of times for better prices. But for the stuff I like, you know, what is the stuff I like? Well, obviously these kind of things, 39 Chevy sedan delivery from Rebel. Now that is not too old a kit, also it might be a repop from an older kit. 97 parts, around about 20 centimeters or 7¾ inches in length. Just give you a little bit of a rundown. You can see this one is still wrapped. We will unwrap it together once I do the review. As you can see here, quite a few colors called out here, and you be rest assured this will not be all the colors you will find in the instruction sheet. Lovely, lovely car. I love these late 30s delivery vans. I think they're awesome. Like that they have these little barrels in there with them as well, so you can make it a nice little whiskey hauler, which is exactly what they suggest on the box. And then I have something against better judgment, which is not uncommon. I bought a BR02. Now I'm a bit of a train freak, if you're not boring enough being a model builder, you can add to the boringness by liking trains. Well, here we are, that's me. And the BR02 is not very well known. Reason being, it was developed at the same time as the BR01 was developed. And if you know your trains, this was a very famous German fast train locomotive, the BR01. The BR02, only difference between the BR02 and the BR01 was that the BR01 was a simple steam engine, and this one was a low pressure, high pressure steam engine, which was called something or other, which I have now forgotten the English word. I'm just coming from Germany. I only spoke German for 2.5 weeks, so give me a break. Anyway, this locomotive, the BR02, in the end never went into series. They found it cheaper and easier to build the normal simple steam engine of the BR01. So this is actually an engine you didn't see on the rails, apart from when it was conceived, which was in the 20s, early 20s, don't quote me on that. And even the old BR02s were then later on converted into O1s. That means they were converted into simple engines. And I got that 187. I know these Revell steam train kits are not the best, and it's also 187, so it can be quite fiddly. But I love those locomotives, and piece by piece, if given the opportunity, I will get those German passenger and freight locomotives in 187 and just build and display them, because they bring me a huge amount of pleasure. And that's it. That's basically it. What I'm busy right now, I'm busy with this T1 camping bus, which is always an interesting one from Revell because of the multi-part body which we have to do. I'm also busy. I'm busy with too many things as usual. Busy finishing up the huge 112 Abarth, which is right behind me. You might see parts there right above my head. And I just need to put the mirrors on the Porsche 911, which is up there and you can't see right now. They have been painted blue and clear coated, so they go on there, and then this one will be done. I actually will finally finish something, and once I've done that, I'll do the Abarth. That's not too far from finishing either. And in the meantime, when I hang out with the guys in the online hangout, I love to fiddle around on something which has more handwork, lots of filing, lots of sanding, lots of fitting. We actually sit at the bench and can talk to the guys while you're doing that. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. A little update back in the house, and this weekend review will come up. Oh yeah, and there's something else, and I forgot to bring it now with me. But there's a book which my brother had on the on the loo for years and years and years, and I always eyed it. It's about old timers, and mostly Central European, but also others. And old timers which are not always very well known, are not the normal ones you see, always the Duesenbergs and the Rolls-Royce and the Bentleys, different ones. And I will try to make once a week, just a little video about that. See what I can fiddle together, what I can find, what I can research, and have about old vintage cars, sometimes even antique cars, all the way up to the classics, and give you a once a week little history lesson, if you want so, about a car which catches my fancy. Well, thanks very much for popping in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. You have a good time, and I'll see you this weekend with certainly a review, possibly a history lesson. Until then, greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.